Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long was 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long was 1975.
Hey YouTube, Long Boys Post, 1975. Don't know why I feel the need to shuffle right at the start of this video. It's Wednesday. I've just come back from work. I feel a time to do a vlog, as I always like to do a vlog once a week, and primarily they're usually on Wednesday. Hence the fact that I call it the Wednesday vlog. Also, I like to announce, that there were, the regular live stream I do with Burhan and the boy, that's on a Wednesday evening. Anyway, I'm jumping ahead of myself. There is a question in the title, which is one of the topics I want to talk about, and I'm not the first person to talk about it, but there's a reason, based on one of my good friends at work, who rushed out and bought an Xbox, on day one, and he also has a Wii U. But anyway, sorry, the question, even though you've already read it, the 8th generation of consoles, amazing or just really underwhelming? I mean, we're a year in. Is there a reason, a standout game, if you will, there is a must for owning these systems? It makes these systems stand out from the previous generation, or is it just more of the same? Excuse me, in true form, I've just had breakfast and it was bacon again. I really should watch my cholesterol, and I gotta wash it down with a Coors Light. Why? Because I've just finished work, so I work nights, and well, the other answer to that would be I like bacon and I like Coors Light. There are better beers out there, I understand that. Better beers out there, I understand that, but I like Coors Light. Anyway, never mind. My mate at work last night, we were talking games at lunch, and he made the random comment, which was, I haven't touched my Xbox One in absolutely months. And this got me thinking, because, and yes, I do include the Wii U in this generation, because it is of this generation, even though people out there will argue that it wasn't never a next gen system, it was a current gen released with or slightly before what was going to be the generation it was a family member of that was truly next gen. Waffling already. But yeah, the point being, I was quite surprised, because even though, I've always said never say never, that I had no intention of getting one of these systems, but that may or may not change, I was super jealous. And I just find it kind of funny that a year in, he was just like, I'm bored with it. I play my Wii U more than I play that, because I find there's more standout games on that. Now, this isn't a console wars, fanboy thing or anything like that. Taste is subjective, people, as I always say. And, I'm sure there's people out there who just go, are you stupid? This game is amazing and a must reason to own this system. I just think we've been a year or so in now, and I guess you can say this is a problem with every subsequent generation of consoles, that there's never enough launch games and never enough titles come out during the year. But I think, or I feel more so than most previous generations, especially with the hype surrounding, the innovations with these machines and the power leap above the 7th generation, and particularly with the Xbox One, release conference, and how it was going to change the future and everything. And yeah, now they've dropped the Kinect is being included in it as standard. And I don't know, I just felt that we were promised more from this generation, and I know I don't own them, this is just my observations. But the games you see advertised on TV and stuff like that, and you see in magazines, and you see on various YouTube channels, and in shops and stores like that, to me there isn't anything that says, Jesus, I'm amazing, look what I do, that you just simply wouldn't, and I'm not talking graphics here, people, you simply wouldn't get on the previous generation. Look how innovative we were allowed to be because of this hardware. I personally just feel that it's just more of the same. I mean, obviously the previous generation's still going strong, so you're going to get platform games, but at least to my mind, all you seem to be seeing is games that are better, frame rate and slightly better graphics, which is understandable, or a massive amount of re-released HD versions, which we got before, I know that, but it seems to me on this current generation that people are more interested in hashing out games that they know will sell. I mean, don't get me wrong, Grand Theft Auto 5, it will sell, there's no doubt about that, but can you truly say, even though it looks better, that it's going to provide you that much more of a fun experience over the previous game? Shouldn't it be using this leap in power, or stability I should say, to push the envelope and try stuff a little bit more out there? I can't see a reason for upgrading right now. I'm struggling to think of any games, and this is apart from Sunset Overdrive, that are standout games and basically say this is why you should own one of these systems. And I've always said, again, it's always been a previous to subsequent generations when they've come out. I mean, at least to my mind, the biggest leap was 16-bit over 8-bit, which truly allowed you to do stuff. Didn't, remove the game from what was kind of popular, what was, I can't think how to word it, what was, a safety release, if you will. You still have fighters, you still have this, you still have that, but the extra power did allow them, and did allow some companies to push the envelope and try new stuff. I mean, look at Flashback and stuff like that. So I don't know, we're a year in. I expected more, from this generation. And alright, granted, Nintendo suffered somewhat from the same problem in their first year of the Wii U, which was they took forever to get games out, and a lot of them were, well, I wouldn't go as far as to say shovelware, but they weren't anything new, shiny and fantastic that quite frankly blew your faces off. But it was interesting that my friend talked about that he's more interested in his Wii U. And again, people, this ain't, fanboyism, but I personally think it's safe to say that right now, the most interesting and innovative games are on the Wii U, and not just updates to stuff like Mario Kart 8, but that's a shining example of going in new directions with a trusted, sold franchise and trying new things. But with Super Smash Brothers, again, being done before, yes, never quite like this. Certainly, the hardware has allowed them to do extra stuff. Then you come back to Captain Toad, innovative, brilliant, enjoyable, fun. 3 really, really strong, solid games. Could you argue there could have been versions on the Wii? Well, in some cases there were. Yes, but it doesn't feel like more of the same. It feels like they are trying new stuff. And not just particularly those 3 games. I'm struggling to think because I'm tired. I just got back from work. But I don't know. To me, again, I don't own it. It's just my observations. And that's why I'm asking you, because I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section. Comment section down below, which is does it just feel like an extension of the current generation? Bit more tweaks, bit more shiny, too scared to venture far away from things like Assassin's Creed, basically just pumping out Call of Duties and stuff like that. Shouldn't they have taken, if they wanted to do a Call of Duty game, shouldn't they have taken one that was not, simultaneously released on the previous generation, but something completely and utterly, entirely different? So what are your thoughts? We're a year in now, and a little bit more than a year in. Should we have more than this now? Should they be trying more things? I mean, you could argue, some people have said to me, that it's a case of getting used to the hardware and stuff like that, but I don't know how necessarily true that is. But I don't know, it comes back to what I said prior in this video, which was we were promised so much innovation in the launches, the pre-press launches of particularly the Xbox and the PlayStation 4, that doesn't really seem to have been exploited, or even any effort taken into taking advantage of. Excuse me, bacon. It is your best friend though. So yeah, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on that. A couple of other really random little things. I do apologise, people, that my videos seem to be coming out in 4:3. Don't know what that is. My new camera, which I understand is a generation, there's that word again, generation behind the camera that died on me, but I bought it because I knew I could trust it, or thought I could trust it, and this is a lesson that's bit me in the ass on how to use it against my TV, because it comes with roughly the same sort of system to use to set it up. Excuse me, windy pops. Oh, that was a nasty windy pops. I do apologise. But when I record a video on it, as I did on the one that died, and set it to 16:9, and zoom in to crop the screen, and literally manually, which is because I never said I was high tech. And it looks like that when I play it back, and it looks like that when I play it on VLC player or media player. But the minute I jump it, or drop it, I should say, just combine those 2 words, into Movie Maker, whatever happens, it still looks fine until I process it. And then whether I process it, fiddling with its, 16:9 or 4:3 ratio, whatever happens, it doesn't matter. It makes it 4:3 when I upload it. I know it's kind of annoying a few people, but trust me, it's annoying me a lot more. I have no idea why it's doing it. Is it because the camera was pre Windows 7, which is the operating system I use, because I don't like Windows 8, sorry people, actually downgraded from that as well. I don't know, it's really, really frustrating. Will I overcome it? I bloody well hope so, and I know the obvious answer to that question is buy some decent editing software, but well, it's not a case of I'm cheap. I'm poor and I'm broke, and I certainly can't afford to buy another camera. So I'll see if I can find the name and put it in the doohickey down below. So if anyone has experienced the same problem, who uses this camera for the same sort of things that I do, I would love to know. Final thing I want to say really, really, really quickly. Oh no, two final things. What with the weather in this country literally being it's absolutely gale force or tanking it down, or when it's tanking it down, then it freezes the next day. Is anyone with British Telecom who's basically on copper wire like me, but it's broadband, are you suffering as much as me? My internet has been absolutely balls for so long, and I mean, I'm naive, openly admit I'm naive, and maybe it's a standard fact that I should accept because I'm not fibre optic and can't be fibre optic, and I can't really go with anyone else apart from British Telecom. But do you find the weather really, because I'm sure it never used to hammer me this badly a year ago, but the weather really does seem to take a toll on basically whether your internet works or your upload or download speed? I would really, really like to know. Yeah, final thing, it's Burhan and the Boy tonight, where me and Mr. Burhan, I'll link his channel, Nerd Genius, go and check him out. He's the host of I Got Gameplay, he's also on Slamcast with myself, and the Untitled Movie Show with Miguel. I'll link all this shit in the doohickey down below, and I'll link, and it's going to come out on the Retro London Radio Network, obviously, but yeah, we just talk 2 hours candidly. We take questions. If you have any questions, put them in the doohickey down below. Also, there will be a comment section, again I'll link this down below, going live as we talk, and it's basically your thoughts, opinions, or wanting to know what our thoughts or opinions are on absolutely anything. It's all about, you know, just candid, honest thoughts. Hell, you can even talk about, you know, relating to this video, you know, what you think about the 8th generation, amazing or just completely underwhelming and just giving us more of the same and really not taking advantage of its current potential. Anyway, please join us, it'll be an awesome bucket full of win biscuits. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.